Here we are with the amazing Aki. I just got in a whole bunch of new puppies from Amazon. If you remember the first time we did them, she was pretty nervous. But then the second time we did it, she was much better. So we're going to work on those again today. And she's like, you're an idiot. Look at her, just like wagging her tail. Good girl, huh? You don't care anymore. So I'm just going to love on her because that was really scary. You did so good, yeah. I'm going to pop a few more. But I'm not really getting that same nervous energy, if you remember from the first day we did this. Oops, sorry. You're doing awesome. Huh, no problems, huh, Aki? No problems. All right, so we had our free play over at the kennel. Did some free play, training walk. Now we're doing the bed. Then we're gonna move to reflection. Then we're gonna do it again and again and again. She's doing awesome. We went over today reactivity and how those 5 steps, or how those 5 tools that we have work with reactivity and how much better she's doing. So now she's not being reactive for us, which is awesome. That's what we love. She's doing a great job. Here we are with Aki and Cheeto. I just wanted to see how Aki felt about the cats. She must have cats at home. She does not care at all. I lifted up the weight of an apple, had her put her bum down. Oh, there she stood up, so I'm lifting up the weight of an apple, having her put her bum down again. I don't mind if her and the kitty cat play, or smell each other, or rub on each other, but she does have to keep her butt down, either in a sit or a down, so she can remain calm, cool, and collected. And Aki doesn't care, so it looks like Aki doesn't care so much, so I'm assuming this is not Aki's first time around a kitty cat. She's watching the UPS guy now. She's doing a great job remaining calm, cool, and collected. Not about the cat. Now we're watching UPS. Cat's still over here somewhere. There it is. Just wanted to see what she does with UPS. Hey, how's it going? Good. You can just leave it on the bottom of the stairs. I'll take it in.
You sure?
Yeah, you're good. Thank you so much.
I'm not that scared. Hey,
I know, right? Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
So she backed up, and so all I did was lift up the weight of an apple, and then she put her bum back down and chilled and watched as he walked away, which is what we want, right? We want this manner, even if we're nervous, excited, scared, angry, happy, whatever that is. We can be chill like this and still have all those emotions, but know how to handle them appropriately. Here we are with Aki, going on our walk. I've got some really good questions lately about the dogs being reactive on leash with other dogs, either off leash or on leash. So I just wanted to go over a few things to help hopefully clarify some what to do, how to do it, those sort of things. So we're going over these 5 tools, and a lot of times, or in the beginning you saw there was hardly any distractions. We're just walking around the neighborhood, but there's not a lot of dogs on leash or off leash where we practice those 5 tools. I want to make sure before I put Aki in a situation where she's going to fail, that she understands what the 5 tools mean and how to use them. So I know how to use them, so all I'm doing is helping Aki learn how to use them. But when Aki goes home, the owners have to learn how to use the tools, and they have to work with Aki in a way that she then can use those tools with the owners. So when Aki goes home, she's going to work on these 5 tools just around a block. They're not going to go to the barking dog's home. They're not going to go to the dog park and set her up for failure, or go places where she'd be off leash or become reactive. You're first going to start with just getting her familiar with these 5 tools and getting yourself familiar with 5 tools. She knows what they mean, but she has to know what they mean coming from you. So she'll be able to perform them because she's doing them for us, but she's going to question you, be like, oh, well, you've never done these before. Are you sure you know how to use them, right? So you need to get really comfortable with these 5 tools. We're practicing them so we can walk on a loose leash with little to no distractions, so we'll be able to do them when the distractions come. So when there's barking dogs running or coming, or dogs on leash or off leash, I can use those tools, and though she might be a little reactive in the beginning, she'll know what to do to calm herself. So after a while, it gets to where she's not even reactive at all. So when we're going past dogs now, for the most part, she'll look, and she maybe will whine, but she's no longer barking or jumping or lunging anymore. She's learning how to control herself through these 5 tools because we're giving her coping skills. So being reactive to the dogs goes away as you become in control of the walk, and you're helping her learn how to control her impulses and make good decisions. And then when she's not remembering those decisions, you're using those 5 tools to better help her remember what all the training that she's gone through and all the training you're doing with her. So you're really just wanting to focus on these 5 tools. So whether my dog is reactive and not very good yet at being calm, cool, and collected, or they're at their peak, you're still going to use those 5 tools because you want them to continually grow and learn. Here we have our friends coming up to bark at us, and she's looking. I'm using my flick there. The dogs are right here on the other side of the fence. Aki is using pressure and looking, but she is not being reactive, right? That's what we want. They're pretty close. They're just right there. We have some tractors tractoring right here beside us too. And she's being awesome. I'm giving some flicks, doing some like minor zigzags, nothing too big, because there's like big trucks all around me and stuff. We're going through some construction area. But she's doing an awesome job, right? We're going to keep going a little bit farther. We have a dog that likes to sneak attack if it's out. It almost always startles me too if I'm in the video not paying attention to where I'm at on the street. It like hides behind a rock and then jumps out and scares me. So it's a good one for the dogs, because I know if it startles me, it's going to startle them, right? So we're wanting that nice loose leash walk where she's able to be calm, cool, and collected and think about where she's at and what she's doing so that she can make good decisions. Oh, I don't see our cattle dog out today. Darn. Oh, that's all right. But you could see how in the beginning, you remember we'd walk past those dogs and she'd be reactive. But now we're walking past the dogs and she's just looking at them. I'm going to do some more zigzags because she's really creating pressure on me. Again, she's not pulling, but she's not walking no pressure. So we're just going to do some changes of direction. I'm just going to zigzag all over the place till she's actually focusing on me. There we go. So hopefully that answered your questions about what to do with her being reactive around friends, and it's just going to build and build and build until she's better and better and better, and then eventually she won't even look at them. She could care less until you like let her off and like, okay, go play or whatever. All right, here we are with Aki and Rusty, and we're just having a normal morning. We're gonna have the kids do their normal crazy even though the dogs are here. You can hear Aki over there whining. Yesterday Scott trained her. I did not train her. Has she been whining before I came in? So as soon as I came in, she's been whining over there and she's yawning and she's wanting my attention. I'm not going to give her my attention for acting like that. I'm going to give her my attention when she's calm, cool, and collected. So we're going to go ahead and start the crazy. Y'all may begin. Go. Go. Go.
So here you can see Davian and Jennifer were correcting Rusty. Okay, her key got up once or twice. Even though there's chaos, okay, we made the chaos continue until they are both sitting down. Okay, we don't want to end on a chaotic high, okay, up point. We want the chaos to end and go away when they sit and they settle. So here's the kids are correcting Rusty again in his corner, and they're just staying in front of his face the best they can. There, and once he sits, they turn and walk away.
Alright, so Aki's mom had a couple questions. Right now, Aki is out having some free play before we go on our next training walk, but I wanted to make sure you could hear the answers. So I'm going to do them while we're just sitting here having her have her free play. So the first question was...
She must be on her bed all the time?
So, yes, she must be on her bed at all times or in her reflection space. So that can be in a crate, a bathroom, a laundry room, someplace that doesn't have windows that's quiet. Remember we talked about reflection space is a spot for them to go to be calm, cool, and collected, to think about all that they've learned, but it's a positive experience. It's just a place for them to sleep. Generally, this is where you put them when you're gone, unless they're outside having free play. Yes, they have to be on the bed, in their reflection space, or leashed to you, like you holding onto the leash in the home. Those are the three options right now while they're in the home, until she's doing awesome and rocking everything you're wanting her to rock inside the home and outside the home, because this is one of the two bases. Remember, we only have two bases in this training, the walk and the bed. So you have to have both in order to have a successful dog. So yes, she needs to be on her bed. You can have multiple beds throughout the house. You can move the bed wherever you want, but she has to stay on the bed you put her on. So if I put her on the kitchen bed and then I turn around and she's on the living room bed, that's not okay. She has to stay on the kitchen bed until I move her to the living room bed. If you want her to be in your room on her bed, that's fine, but she has to be on her bed at all times. So if you aren't 100% sure she's going to stay on her bed and you're sleeping at night, maybe you want her in your room while you're sleeping, and she's not going to stay on her bed, no, she cannot stay there, because we're wanting her to learn how to stay on the bed. And so if she learns every time your head hits the pillow, she can get off her bed, then that's a trigger for her. So every time, she knows you have a weakness. Your weakness is every time your head hits the pillow. For a lot of clients, it's when you pull out the phone. Dogs will start to act naughty when owners pull out the phone because they stop paying attention. So they've learned that's their trigger for their freedom. And we don't want to have triggers. We just want them to well behave all the time. So we're really having really strict boundaries right now, but they'll be able to loosen up as she's hitting those goals. Once she's doing what we want her to do, we can give her those freedoms, but not before, or you're setting her up for failure. All right, question number 2 was...
When we get ready to cross the street or wait at a door, her bum should be on the ground.
Yes, so every time before you go out a door, across the street, give her food, things like that, her bum needs to go down. Think of it as respect. If you were going on a date with someone, would you want him to open the door and barge right through and push you out of the way? No, that is so rude, right? You would want them to stop, be patient, open the door, let you walk through, and then you could join through, right? It's the same thing with the dogs. It's all about demanding respect and giving respect. I'm being respectful to you by opening the door for you and letting you out nicely. You should put your bum down and let me walk out. I'll give a little pull on the leash, and then once you get outside, you'll put your bum down again, because it's not a reactive, a jumping, I made it through the door and I'm going to bolt across the street and jump on the dog across the street. It's a very calm, cool, and collected, respectful, happy, let's start off on the right foot so our walk can be on the right foot. All right, third question.
What would I do if she tried to go after a dog, pull the leash up? Is that enough to make her stop?
So going after the dog, that's being reactive. That's what we've covered in all of our videos. You will use the 5 tools: the flick, the roll back, the reset where you lift up the weight of the apple, zigzags, direction change. You'll use any of those, but you first have to use them and teach her you know how to use them in a calm manner. So you don't want to go straight after a dog. You don't want to go right to the dog park. You want to work on being in your yard, being up and down your street. If you see a dog, you'll turn around and go the other way. You want to get close to it right now. Once you've mastered the skills, because she's already got them, it's up to you to show her you know how to use them, then you can start doing those other things just like we're doing in all the videos, and that will help her work through that reaction. But you have to use all 5 tools, and you have to be comfortable with them in order to correct her.
If you're not comfortable with them before the distraction happens, you're going to fail at helping her when that distraction happens, and she's not going to trust you, and she's going to know you don't know how to handle the situation. So like in today's videos, we were able to walk right past the dogs, no problem. That one scared her and she jumped. No, the one didn't come out for her, that was Rusty. She did great. She just walked right past them, would kind of look and sniff, but was not at all reactive. Because we know how to use those tools, and we're able to help her understand what to do in those situations. So you have to use those 5 tools when there's no distractions, and then work your way up to them. And yes, those tools will work. But again, you have to be able to use them and be using them correctly, or she's not going to listen.